I came from Terre Haute, Indiana, which is highly segregated, but my mother was always affiliated with the NAACP. I was very familiar with the cause of racial justice, and all of my life I've lived under segregation, even though I've been in the North. In 1958, I came to Detroit, where I became the senior minister of Plymouth United Church of Christ. There wasn't much civil rights activity when I got to town by any of the churches, including my own. Our civil rights activity was born out of necessity. We had come through a period of rioting where blacks just got tired of being pushed around and mistreated by the police. The police would come in and push the blacks around any way they wanted to. And one Saturday night, the police came in to one of the night spots and began pushing people around, and the people began to fight back. The people had just exploded. The oppression had been so bad, it had just boiled over. Now, Dr. King was a Baptist, and that's how I became associated with them in the South, because I joined up with the Baptists to fight the segregation and discrimination in the South. Dr. King was not alien to me, although he was still feared by a lot of blacks. There was some skepticism of Dr. King. There was some fear of Dr. King. He and Johnson, President Johnson, had kind of parted ways because Dr. King felt that the war in Vietnam was evil and wrong, and we shouldn't be there. There was some unrest in the black community about Dr. King because Johnson was a Democrat, most of the residents were Democrat, and Dr. King had the nerve to go against the President of the United States about the morality or the immorality of the war in Vietnam. I came to the march just as they were making a turn heading for the staging area. And it's very interesting. The front line of the march had all of the dignitaries, the bishops, black church, white church, the rabbis. They had speakers all up and down the mall. And in all honesty, with my great self, I was back there with everybody else. I was a long way away, but I could hear. Now, they didn't have big screens in that day, but they did have the sound system set up so that we could hear the speech. All the dignitaries were up on the platform, and they'd made all these great speeches, the Urban League, the NAACP. They had all given it their best shot. But when Dr. King got up there, that just topped everything. He spoke directly to the issues, to the people, and the crowd was just mesmerized by his speech. King did the right thing, even though they used guns against him, bombs, bullets, all kind of things. But he won. You know, they let him lie in jail, and they took him to the worst jail in Alabama, but he stuck to what was right, and he won.